guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Natasha, Gisela, and I help you to be completely healthy in the mind, body, and spirit so you can create your own completely wealthy business. So if you ever want to create your $1 million business plan, land paid sponsors, and keep and grow your money, you are in the right place. In today's video, I am going to talk to you guys all about how to increase your self-esteem mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually so you can create a life you love. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and stay to the end of this video because you want to make sure to grab all the juicy details. Also, if you guys want to learn how I lost 50 pounds by emotionally healing my body, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually by healing my inner child, go ahead and check out the link in the description box because I have my signature course, Completely Healthy, which is now on sale for $97. So you don't want to miss that. Guys, without further ado, let's just go ahead and just jump right into this video. So guys, if you don't know what self-esteem is, it's a quintessential foundation and pillar that you operate in order to improve your life. Now, a lot of people do not have a self-esteem, and this is why they settle at the jobs that they're at, and they settle for the life that they're living, and they settle for a life of comfort instead of pushing themselves into creating a life that they love. Or they just say that, let's just say that the images in their mind are just all fantasy and they don't go ahead and create the reality that they want to go ahead and create because they're afraid of what will happen. Now, I want to sit here and say, as someone who has interned at amazing places and actually said to herself, you know what, I'm going to just go ahead and go for it and do it. The fantasies that you're in your head, the imagination is true and valid as long as it's not hurting anyone, killing anyone. Go for your dreams. But in order to grow for your dreams, you need to have a healthy self-esteem for yourself. I know the world is always like trying to knock you down, but in this video, I really want to go ahead and focus on how you can rebuild yourself up. And no one is going to do that for you. You know, we always want to go outside of ourselves, but you really need to focus inward, and that actually comes from inside. You need to go ahead and start speaking to yourself internally, and inside my course I go ahead and teach you how to actually build your way up. But in this video, I really want to go ahead and give you some tips and pointers. And the first thing that is, you need to decide you are going to look at yourself better. Stop applying at mediocre jobs that only pay you $45,000 to $55,000 a year if you're trying to make $100,000 a year, and start living the dream life that you want to live. Of course, that doesn't mean go ahead and spend money that you don't have, but start embodying the salary that you want to make, and then you're going to go ahead and start calling that salary into your life. And I really want you guys to understand that you need to decide that you're going to look at yourself better. And when you decide that you're going to look at yourself better, you're going to start dressing better, you're going to start approaching your body better, and you're going to want to actually dress up better and put makeup on, or not put makeup on if you're a male, put earrings on, take care of your body, and actually really go ahead and physically approach yourself better. Because in this materialistic world, let's be real, if you don't approach your body physically better, you know, those opportunities are not going to come to you at all unless you really are a great saleswoman. Let's just call it as it is. You know, you have to be physically there, mentally, physically, spiritually there, and you have to embody it. You have to carry yourself well. And I really want to sit here and say, everyone is beautiful, and the fact that you're not honoring your body on this planet really makes me sad, guys. I understand. I've been there. I've been really depressed, and I understand how it is to be treated like absolutely like nothing, rejected from like someone who likes you. I mean, someone that you like, and it sucks. Rejected from the job because of your body. I've been there, and you know, I decided that I was going to look better for myself, and I decided that I was going to build my own company and build my own community, and I decided that I was going to build my own group of friends and my own community, and I was going to tell them that they needed to look better because they're worth better, and I didn't want people to talk back down to them. And I'm here telling you guys that you are worth taking the time, the extra 30 minutes out of the morning, afternoon, whatever time it is, to look better so you can feel better. So decide today that you're going to look better to help increase your self-esteem. Now, I really want to sit here and say that a lot of people will say that, you know, self-esteem comes from the Lord and fulfillment from Jesus Christ, and all that is great and everything, but I want to sit here and say in this video, right here, I'm going to sit here and say that it comes from action. Because, you know, we're all on our journey on life. And I honestly feel like when, you know, when Christian and spirituality, I'm going to take away Christianity and right now, because I don't know what religion you are, or spiritual, whatever it may be. And I have people from all different religions right now. And the spiritual basis, we're all on this journey of life. And I became a lot more spiritually aware and emotionally aware of myself on the weight loss journey I was at, because I was emotionally healing my body and to become healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So this is a spiritual journey that you're on when you're healing your physical nature, and you're healing your mind, that grasp, that negative energy that you have up there. And I feel like whatever spiritual journey that you're on, that self-esteem is really stems from it. That validation of trying to be something that you're not, when you really have to love yourself for who you are, and all that insecurities, and really question why you think the way that you do, and why your self-esteem is so negative, what from your childhood experiences, and really aim to fix those childhood experiences so you can create a better reality for yourself 5-10 years from now. And that is a spiritual journey within itself. And you start healing yourself, and to me, and what I believe in, I believe that manifests into the physical world. If it's wealth, if it's prosperity, if it's health. Now, I recently made a YouTube video, I have to check if it went through or not, that that someone said that health, wealth, and prosperity wasn't from God above, but these are all your birthright. And I want you to know that if your self-esteem is really connected to wealth, health, and prosperity, that's a great thing. But also make sure that it doesn't, when you receive those things, is how you treat people. And that is the thing. And your self-esteem is not on this ego trip. And I feel like in America, we're, especially with social media, we're on this ego trip of likes, views, comments. And I understand why people's egos are so heightened right now, especially with everyone trying to be social media famous, and everyone trying to make the $600,000 a month or X, Y, and Z. I mean, I get it. And we can even see it with like Rush Week, come on now, on TikTok. So anyways, but that's just like I mean, you have to sit here and really understand how people, like America and the world, do not want you to have a great self-esteem, because they want you to be workers and a slave to the system, the capitalist system, and they do not want you to be successful business owners. I'm going to sit here and say that in order to be a successful business owner, you have to have a great self-esteem. In order to be great, whatever you have to do, you really have to shut out the noise, and really have to have a great, strong self-esteem with yourself, and really shut out all the noise, and get to work, and really just focus on producing whatever it is to generate sales and be that leader. Now, that really requires you deciding that you're going to look at yourself better and take that jump. And going on to my next topic, you need to decide that you're going to take daily consistent action towards a goal, no matter what the situation is. I understand there's difficult situations, and I don't know where you're watching this. You know, you can be in the middle of the hood, not able to pay the electricity bill. I want you to sit here and understand that you are just in that season of life, that you're not going to be there in that life forever. It only takes 3 years to change your life, and I really want you to get that in that mind frame, that your self-esteem is not connected to what you're going through. Your self-esteem is connected to what you are committed to, and the daily consistent action to what you're committed to in order to change your circumstances, and to change what your future you self is going to be. And I feel like America always, that's why, like, I have a big problem with America right now and how they treat people who don't have money and who are really like hurting right now in this country, and I just not connected to where you're coming from or the lack of social economic level. You can always change that. Your self-esteem is connected to what you're committed to, the action that you're taking towards your goal, and that is the promises that you keep to yourself. And that's what I want to say. And I know the feeling, especially myself, is like, is this going to happen? Is the future guaranteed? And there's no guaranteed. I understand that. The only guarantee that you have is actually producing that content, or trying to actually generate a sale, or going on that audition, or actually just doing the best thing possible for today. And that's the only thing that you can focus on. And that's how you really increase your self-esteem, is by focusing on today and doing the work that today that moves you closer to the goal. So the next thing that I want to help you with by increasing your self-esteem is I want you to dedicate yourself to go to the gym and stick to that gym schedule. Going to the gym has saved my life. I remember as a little girl when I was 15, I was really overweight. My mom would drop me off the gym and I would be kicking and screaming, and she would like, just go, just drop me off. And I would be there for two hours just learning the gym myself. And that really did help me. And in one year, I would lose all that weight. So, and I came back to school showing my bullies off, like all the weight I lost, and everyone was nice to me. That showed me how the world was. So just, I take the advice I give is because of my own history. And I want to sit here and say that when you go to the gym, you know, it's a shame that our society teaches women to go to the gym in order to be skinny, instead of teaching them to go to the gym to be strong. And I want Confidently Healthy to be a place where I'm teaching you to go to the gym to be stronger and smarter and more empowered in your sexuality as a feminine individual, connected to God, to your source, to your creator. And that is what I want Confidently Healthy to be. And I remember teachers not even wanting to speak to me, and that deterred my self-esteem as well. So I understand how you must feel if you're clicking on this video, like, and that was in middle school, guys. So imagine how that affected me as an adult. So a lot of people carry that middle school trauma into their adult life and they don't heal it, and that comes when you're trying to do something big and scary in your life. And inside the Confidently Healthy course, I teach you how to actually dismantle those beliefs, those subconscious beliefs that hold you back, because sometimes that comes across in weight gain and living an unhealthy lifestyle. And in the Confidently Healthy program, I teach you actually how to heal that inner childhood wounds, so you can actually live a life of abundance, prosperity, all of that's in your birthright, so you can actually break through and be that beautiful butterfly. So, and one of that key things was going to the gym. And I didn't want to go, but I still showed up. And actually going to gym classes and being committed to going to gym classes right after work was the best thing for me. Because sometimes when you want to lift weights, it's not fun as going to gym classes. And when you go to gym classes, you make new friends and you're talking to people and no one's judging you. Everyone is suffering in the gym class. So go check out the gym program and just go to the gym class. And I would show up chubby and get to work. And remember, you're only there for yourself. What type of life do you want to live? Like, ask your self-esteem, like, guys, how bad do you want to live your fantasy into your reality? I bet you 10 times, okay, $10 that your fantasy, when it turns into your reality, is going to be 10 times better. 10 times better. So let's just be real here. So the next thing I want to talk to you, and the last thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about, is I want you to dedicate yourself to a hard thing and stick with it for a whole calendar year so you can decide to change your life. Now, when I created Confidently Healthy, it was so hard because no one was cheering for me, and I thought I was going to have millions of followers, millions of subscribers, and it was going to be like, boom, like off the hook, and it was definitely not like that. I think I have recorded like 154 videos and I'm still not viral. And you know, I thought people would automatically get it, but no, as I'm constantly refining Confidently Healthy and, you know, understanding my market and target market, I'm understanding that, you know, and teaching my audience that, you know, if you really want something, it has to be a lifestyle. So in this tip, I really want you guys to understand that if you want to improve your self-esteem, you need to be committed to something for a whole calendar year and make this a lifestyle. Because a lot of people have no problem starting, but it's committing to it. And that deters your self-esteem, because when you drop something, you're like, oh, I just dropped it. You know, like, and then someone asks you like, oh, I just dropped it. And then you lose a promise to yourself. And then a year goes by and you're sitting on your bed playing with your phone. And it's like you see someone else succeeding and you feel horrible because you dropped it. And I don't want that to happen to you. And your self-esteem deters because you dropped it, and I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to envision and imagine you holding on to that task, that project for a whole calendar year, and imagine how that year will finish. Like for me, if you're not following my debt-free journey, I am being committed to being debt-free in 2 years, and might be 3, but so it's going to take me a year actually being committed to paying those bills off. So if you want to go ahead and follow me, go ahead and subscribe to my channel to watch that. But I really want you guys to understand that that's going to take a year for me to be committed in order to pay those bills off, and so I can stop getting those phone calls. And I really want you guys to sit here and say that when you're committed to something, your self-esteem improves, and you can look at yourself in the mirror at a much more comfortable rate, and in a rate that you're actually keeping promises to yourself. Like, you're doing this for you. I just don't want you guys to die on your deathbed and sit here and say to yourselves that wondering what if. Like, what if I finished this task? What if I were committed? What if I didn't drop that commitment? What if I actually went through with everything? What if? And having that self-esteem, sitting here and say that self-esteem is really deterred. I really want you guys to understand, like, where are you going to be at 55? Just think about it, guys. Where are you going to be at 55? Your self-esteem needs to be secure. Don't commit to things because they're afraid of the outcome. They're afraid of what happens if it doesn't work out. And I really want you guys to understand that I have those feelings too, but what happens if it does work out to something better? And I mean, I'd rather like try. You don't know if you don't try. Like, you really don't know if you don't try. And that's the thing. Like, you don't know if you don't try. Like, it's kind of like graduation. If you go to college, you graduate with a piece of paper, then you have to go to find a job. If you start a business, you get a loan from the bank, the same process from school. You create the business and then you go generate sales. It's the same process, guys. It's just 2 different fields, right? And the same thing, your self-esteem is tested because you just don't know the outcome. The only outcome is the one that you make, and you're both still flying. And I just feel like in this world that, you know, our self-esteem is always tested because we're taught one thing and we're taught and told one thing, but we're never told to listen or follow our own intuition, and our self-esteem is always deterred. So I hope that your self-esteem doesn't come from anger. Your self-esteem doesn't come from ego. Your self-esteem doesn't come from fame. Your self-esteem comes from being committed to the work. Understanding the work. Understanding the material, like what is happening in the now. Being present in the now. I think a lot of people pursue fame, riches, glory, just for the wrong reasons. Don't get me wrong. But if you're watching this video and that's what you want to pursue, that's great. Just make sure that you're pursuing it for the right reasons, and that's to help other people. But if you are that type of person who I just called out, you're always going to be left unfulfilled, because an ungrateful person can get one big boat and say this boat is not big enough, you know. And I really want to sit here and say that your self-esteem, if you're entering the creative fields, is always going to be tested. Your self-esteem, if you're a content creator, is always going to be tested. Your self-esteem as an entrepreneur is always going to be tested, because there's always someone better than you. There's always someone prettier than you. There's always someone who's richer than you. There's always someone putting more money in the retirement account than you. But here's the thing, you always have time. You always can improve. You can always do better. And you cannot lose who is yours by divine right. So I really hope that you guys understand these fundamentals, that your self-esteem can be shaped by you and be created by you, and with a strong foundation within your self-esteem and looking at your self-esteem like in your own lane. Now, is everything physical within your self-esteem? Not really. Always stay connected to source. Always ask the universe for guidance. Someone's up there always watching us. But if you guys are looking to heal your inner child mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and live a healthier and more fulfilled life, go ahead and enroll in the Confidently Healthy program. I cannot wait to see you guys inside. As always, don't forget to stay confidently healthy in the mind, body, and spirit. And I will see you guys in the next one. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. And don't forget, if you guys are interested in more videos from me, don't forget to check here or here. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!